You can hear me from all the way over here. Oh my god. Hi. Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about the resources to have if you're an artist and you're looking for references or all in all inspiration for your art. You might notice the considerable bump in audio quality, and it is because I now have a microphone. It was bugging me the past videos, how thin my voice sounded in those videos. So I splurged and got a microphone, so now I can create much better content for you guys, and it's also easier for you to follow me. So let's get into it. The first resource I would suggest, which is very easy to use, very user friendly, is Pinterest. If you aren't on Pinterest yet, I would suggest that you make an account. It's free, and I love to use it for literally anything, whether it is interior decor or inspiration for my art or present ideas, even just outside of art. It's a very good way to also collect inspiration ideas. I know it's kind of overrun by AI, but I still think it's a good application to use, and I also recommend it, even though AI is taken over. I think there are also ways to turn that off so that you don't get AI posts. And if you are a movie enthusiast like I am, you're gonna love the following pages that I collected. I use these all the time, and I love scrolling on these just to, look at them. It is Every Single Frame, Flim, and Film Grab. These are the three that I use the most often, and they kind of work the same way as kind of the titles of the website say. It's basically just movie frames, movie scenes, and you can just look through them and use them as a reference or as inspiration. I love using them. If you know my art, I constantly sketch movie scenes, so I also just love looking through them. They're a very good selection, and you can really get inspired by those. Even if your art is not movie centered, you can get some really good dynamics out of that and movie inspirations. If you're not that much into movies and you still want to collect some sort of inspiration, besides Pinterest, for example, I would recommend Pixabay. It's just royalty-free images, but they're very standard, and you can kind of Frankenstein your reference from it. So I would also recommend that. And also Cosmos and Google Arts and Culture, not Google Arts and Pictures. And they kind of work in the same way. There's a huge data bank of pictures and scanned documents, and it's a great way, for example, if you're scrapbooking or something like that, to get some cool images that might inspire your next piece or your next page. And now we're getting technical, because now I'm presenting you some websites for anatomy and overall practice of faces and bodies. And I have 4 websites that I want to present. The first one is Sketchfab. It's like a 3D modeling website where there are also 3D heads and stuff like that. Same goes for referenceangle.com. It has like a standard head, and you can put it at different positions, and that way you can practice the head at different levels, at different views. And if you want to practice the anatomy of the body or just doing some quick poses, I would recommend the website Quick Poses or Character Design. They're both kind of built up the same way, but with Quick Poses, it's kind of like a challenge. So you have let's say 10 minutes and 20, no, that's a bit too much, 10 different poses, and you have to hit those 10 different poses and try to encapsulate them somehow. And with character design, it's basically a big data bank of people posing for these quick sketches, and you can also select that they're wearing a costume, or that they're in an action pose or something like that. So there's also a huge selection of photos. And finally, if you say, I don't want to look on these websites, I want to have some real inspiration from books that I can hold, please go to your local secondhand shops. Like, I'd say not 90% of my art books that I have are secondhand, and I've bought them for maybe €1, mostly 50 cents, because no one's really buying those. But I also love to use them for inspiration when it's more classical, or when I want to search up something in art history. So definitely check out your secondhand shops. If you have any other ideas on websites that you can use for references, for inspiration, please leave them down in comments. Let's make this video kind of accumulation of helpful resources for artists all over the world. Please leave a like and maybe follow. If you didn't know, I'm also doing like basic beginner tutorials. I'm just starting up and getting them out. So the next video will be a beginner tutorial again, but after that will be more creative and talking video like this again, probably. So tune in. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye!